What are the most important SEO tactics that you think construction companies should focus on?
Yeah, so the number one thing is their listing. So their Google listing, especially locally. Then I would look at local keywords targeting. So think about the search terms that your target audience might use in Google.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fantastic episode lined up for you. As many of you know, I have a lot of knowledge in financial side of business, but I also know how important it is for construction companies to stand out in a very competitive market. And that is why today it is we're diving into the world of search engine optimization and marketing and websites. And of course, I wanted to bring an expert in that industry. So joining me today is Timour Gachu, an SEO expert, and ads expert with a lot of experience in helping specifically construction companies. He helps rank higher in search results, drive more traffic, ultimately help you win more projects. So welcome and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. You pronounced my family name perfectly.
Oh, it comes with the background. All right, so let's start with the basics. SEO, it can feel very overwhelming for a lot of construction companies. And for those unfamiliar with it, can you give us a quick overview of just what it is and why it's so important for construction businesses to have?
Yeah, so basically, search engines, they came to be after Web 1.0, and I started working and built my first website when I was 12, when Web 2.0 got traction. And I was building websites and then ranking them first. So I've seen in the past 20 years how search engines and their algorithms changed. And I also see from working with a lot of construction and home improvement companies on the ground that it seems like a lot of people with construction companies, they have some kind of resentment towards technology and the advance of technology. So there's a huge untapped market. Some markets are very competitive when it comes to search engine optimization because agencies like me help them. But I do see a lot of construction companies that don't pay enough attention to it, and a lot of low-hanging fruits and a source of leads for your company can happen on Google. I don't know if I phrased it right, but basically, search engines are a gold mine for companies that are looking to generate more business, because unlike social media, where the ads that you put there or the content that you put there, it's discovery based. People are just scrolling on their feed, and yes, you can target them based on interest, but they didn't have the intent of finding your service. On search, on the other hand, they have the intent, they're already warmed up for your services because they're searching for them. So let's say you build private clinics for dentists. So a dentist might look for a builder for dentists. And then on search engines, you have ads that show up first, then you have the maps listings that show up below it, and then you have the organic search results. And Google mixes them up, the rotation, they don't always show up in the same order, but basically clients that invested with me in all those channels, it's become instrumental to their growth. It really is an automated process. I take care of all of that for them, and then just manage their sales team. Leads come in from their website or phone calls to their CRM, they assign it to the sales team. And so yeah, long story short, search has been a major channel for lead generation for all my clients. And it still is, and it is evolving day by day, and AI integrations and chatbots, they're gonna become part of search engines, and the fundamentals are very similar. So we already optimize for the future, for AI and for chatbots, which Google and Bing will evolve into and merge with them in the future. Yeah, so I don't know if I answered your question exactly. Just went
Yeah,
on a
that's
rant.
good. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much AI is taking over, everything really, any sort of industry. And when we're talking about SEO and we're talking about the websites and people actually discovering your services. I mean, there's just so much going into it nowadays that you gotta always adjust and learn and just implement in. So what are the main benefits that construction companies can expect if they actually make an investment into the SEO?
Yeah. So most construction companies, they operate locally and regionally. So you want to increase your brand reputation, the brand awareness locally among prospects or even regular people that might in a few years recognize your brand. So you wanna the benefits of doing SEO is that you can build authority in your niche. You can write articles and content that answers your target audience's questions, and then they find you and oh, by the way, opt into our newsletter, or you give them other ways to engage with you on social media. And the first point of contact was search. So I'll give you an example. Let's say homeowners, they have a question about their temperature at home, and they don't know why their energy bill goes up in the winter. So they might Google something about it, and then the windows and doors company will write a very comprehensive and helpful article for homeowners on how to reduce their energy bill. Okay, so this homeowner gets value, he searches that question on Google, and then he sees that the company that answered that question, it's a local windows and doors provider. Now, it seems like the problem is ideal, the timing is ideal, so they might as well contact this company that provided them value that looks trustworthy, and all the other SEO trust signals that I help my clients put on the front end of their website. And that's one customer journey. And the benefit is, like I said, you build authority and you build your brand. And this is evergreen. And it's hard to quantify and measure it in the long run. But SEO, since you don't have to pay per click, it's a very sustainable, predictable source of leads for your business. And like I said, very, very stable, unlike other channels, especially if you know what you're doing. Because if you hire a lot of spammers, and we've seen those websites online, then it's short-lived success. Google will catch up to you, and you don't want to get penalized, because I've seen people's businesses really, they have to restart from zero if they try to play games with Google.
Yep, gotta be careful.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure whoever is listening right now would love to hear about some specific strategies. So what are the most important SEO tactics that you think construction companies should focus on?
Yeah, so the number one thing is their listing. So their Google listing, especially locally, a lot of people that are looking for your services, they're looking for service locally. So Google will present their map results. It is your listing with the reviews and the photos. So you definitely want to claim it first. You want to optimize it. You want to choose the right industry and category. Add some photos. You want to ask your customers to leave their feedback on it. You want to respond to their feedback. You want to update, send an interesting post, put an interesting post on your listing a couple times a month to stay relevant. Make sure your hours and your dates, your phone number and your name and your address are consistent on your Google listing and on all other websites that you submit your information to. Because when it's consistent, Google gives you more value, okay? So it's called NAP, so name, address, phone number. Those must be consistent. That's a quick win that it's fairly easy to implement. You don't need to hire an agency to do it. So yeah, get a hold of your Google listing and claim it, optimize it to the best of your ability. Then I would look at local keywords targeting. So think about the search terms that your target audience might use in Google. So it doesn't have to be directly your services. It could be a question about your services or a problem that they're having. And then you produce content to answer the questions. So the content, back in the day, Google would appreciate longer content and more words. So that's changing. Right now, it's relevancy. You don't want to basically cut the fluff, get to the point, answer the user's query on the page, try to add multimedia content, so videos, infographics, photos, not just plain text. So Google is going to give you a greater boost, and over time, you're going to start ranking for all those search terms. When 1/3 last quick win on your website, make sure you interlink different pages of your website with the right anchor text. Anchor text matters less right now, but Google likes to see a website that is well optimized, well structured, the content hierarchy makes sense, and the robot, when he scans the website, he understands the syntax and the idea map, basically the theme of your website and where your expertise lies in. So you want to focus on interlinking, the Google's business listing, and content that answers your target audience question.
Yeah, I like how you're describing it in very simple questions. I know for me, SEO, backlinks, and a million other, phrases is just like, what are you guys talking about? So a lot of times I would speak to somebody about it and I wouldn't understand exactly what they mean. So I appreciate you explaining in simple words. So you were talking about the content creation. So how can companies create content that really helps their SEO? Is it just mentioning those keywords that they think that the clients are searching for, or should it be something else?
Yeah. So SEO, like you see, some people try to make it sound complicated. It really isn't. So the success of a good SEO, in my opinion, is very strongly predictable workflows and checklists. So if any of your listeners want, they can follow me on Instagram at Timour Gachu, and I'll send them a checklist that we use on different technicalities and how you want to structure your page. But just to quickly give you a few advices. So just like a Word document, there's a hierarchy. So you have the main title, you have your H1, H2, which is headline 1, headline 2, you have your paragraphs, you have links, anchor text, photos. Each photo has metadata, so basically the alternative text. So when you build a web page, you want each web page to be talking about one specific topic. So one theme, one focus keyword or focus phrase. Okay, so this phrase, you don't have to repeat it in all your headlines and alt tags and links, but you do want to have semantically related terms used throughout the page, okay, not in a spammy way, but in a helpful way. So your H1 tag should always be answering the main search query. So the main topic of the page, it should always be in your H1 tag, okay? Then the images. So stock images, Google doesn't like them anymore, and their AI can literally scan any type of image and it will know if it's used by 100 other websites. So you want to use original content on your website, original photos, okay? It will make you appear more authoritative. And you want to rename the photos also to the topic of the page or something that is highly relevant. So all those signals, they let Google's robots and algorithm understand that this is relevant, you have authority, you know what you're talking about. I would even go as much as when you write the content, you want to say things like, from our experiments, or from our experience, or with our expertise. Even little terms like that, Google picks them up and they will consider you an expert because they want to know that you have an actual experience doing what you're talking about. And then, like I said, short paragraphs, well-structured content hierarchy. Each headline, each paragraph should talk about something unique. You don't want to repeat yourself because SEOs, they just love writing a ton of content and thinking that's what helps. So no, it should be a perfect blend between optimized for the human eye, somebody that can read it and it will be legible for them. They won't get annoyed, and optimized for search engines as well by giving them the right focus keyword and showing them that these answers our users query better than other websites.
That's interesting. I will link that checklist below for people to get it. Also, being an accountant, I'm definitely all about tracking data. So once a company starts implementing SEO strategies, how do they measure success? What are the metrics that the companies should keep an eye on?
I love all those questions. You're getting me warmed up. So that's so crucial because most SEO companies or freelancers you would hire online, they can easily show you graphs and look, traffic is up, things are up. But then when you look more in depth, this is traffic that is not from your local area, okay? It could be from other continents even. It is not an engaged traffic, so the data doesn't really tell a story you want to base any decision on. So what I do when I set up Google Analytics for my clients, which is what we mainly use, there are different other analytics software that can be used, depends on what you're trying to do. And then you can set filters. So you can filter bot farms, you can filter unengaged traffic, you can filter out different countries that you don't need their traffic, it's not relevant. And then you get a real picture of what's going on, how many actual real humans and from what devices are going to their website, to your website, how are they engaging with every page. Can go as far as seeing their scroller behavior with different tools. So you can see if 95% of the people leave the page within 3 seconds, there's a mismatch between where they're finding you and why you're showing up. So basically, there's our benchmark stats per industry for conversion rate, how many visitors landed on your website and submitted a form or made a phone call or downloaded a PDF. So all those KPIs basically tell a story, and you can see how many people downloaded a PDF from Google traffic, from Facebook traffic, from Instagram traffic. Based on this data, you can then double down on different channels. So it is absolutely crucial, but what people get wrong most of the time is the source of the data, how they filter it, and the story it tells. So it's very easy for marketers to twist the numbers and create a false narrative. So something to watch out for. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot goes into the marketing, and you have to stay on top of data to understand where you should invest the money, where you are not getting any return, and always see where your leads are coming from. It's just one more thing for business owners to keep an eye on, but hey, nobody said it was going to be easy, right?
Yeah, yeah. But
Well,
like, for example, finance and bookkeeping, I must use somebody like you that I can trust, that can take care of that. And on the other hand, I love when business owners focus on what they do best, like our clients. They don't even need to know all the stats and all the benchmarks. They just need to know that they're getting business. And usually the clients that bother me more are the ones that are not seeing results yet, So a happy client wouldn't even bother me that much. Uh, so what was my point? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so most of my clients, they love what they do and they want to focus just on that. So me, I love analytics, I love digital marketing, and I love providing value to clients. It is exciting for me to see that we launched a new campaign and they're getting leads, they're winning, and my team will celebrate all our clients' wins. So yeah, it's something I guess as a business owner, you have to learn either the easy way or the hard way. Me, unfortunately, I learned the hard way from my own mistakes. So trying to do everything by yourself is it's not gonna end well.
Yep. Hopefully, a lot of business owners now understand the power of outsourcing and getting great team members that know exactly what they're doing. It's their strong suit. So business owners don't have to worry as much about learning and doing every little thing in their business.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining today. I feel like you gave a lot of actionable steps that business owners can already start implementing. But if anyone would like to contact you, I will leave all of your information below. So thank you once again, and thank you to the people who are tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks so much, Elizabeth. You're great. That was great. Thank you.